So this is part 3 of my series on techniques to improve your Agile implementations. The focus here is the team, servant leadership, and metrics. So let's start with the team. What is there to say about that? Don't mix roles. Don't ask your product owner or lead developer to be a Scrum Master, if you can avoid it. Sometimes it's impossible to avoid, but if you can avoid it, you should. Make sure that you have a product owner. If they're a product owner, make sure that they had training or coaching, that they understand the role. If they've come from the business, or if they're an analyst, they may still be wearing their business operations hat or their systems analyst hat. So you need to get them operating as a product owner, thinking in product owner terms, writing tickets in product owner terms, communicating in product owner terms, fully bought into the Scrum process. And that may be achieved through training, or that may be achieved through coaching by the Scrum Master or someone else in the team. Also, make sure you have a tester. Some teams try to run with just developers. It's always easy to argue for developer headcount, but less so for product owner and tester headcount. However, testers suck up or provide additional dev time on the team, because if the tester isn't present, the developer will use dev time to do testing tasks. And also with a tester, the efficiency, the quality, the speed of testing will be much better. And so you're more likely to release things with fewer bugs, fewer issues, and ultimately be a lot more productive. So that's your team. Within the team, though, you've got your Scrum Master role, and one of the problems with the Scrum Master role is that they can become autocratic. They should be a servant leader. They should be there to support the team. Some Scrum Masters come from a project manager role, and they need to act in a more servant leader way, letting the team self-organize and support them in that task. They're there to remove blockers. They're there to basically support the team with admin and other things like that. As a PM myself, I know that it requires a change in approach if you're to make the Scrum Master role work. And whoever steps into that role must approach it from that perspective. Then we have metrics. Now, there's a lot to be said by putting the metrics in front of the team. Bringing it to the team meetings, showing them regularly, putting it up on a dashboard, talking about it all the time. And those metrics are the sprint velocity, the reduction in total unplanned work, testing time reduction by automation, defects found in testing, are we watching how we're reducing that, defects found in production, cycle time reduction, and rework reduction. These are all grey areas a lot of the time. People don't measure them. But if you start measuring them, you bring focus to it, and as a result, the team will see the contribution they're making when they're working on an activity that reduces the cycle time, or they produce a whole pile of automated testing that cuts down testing time. And so they will value all these things a lot more, and they'll be willing to champion them and discuss them at the team level and get the best out of them. So, seeing those metrics and seeing them improve on a week by week or a sprint by sprint basis is also very key to working successfully to a good, solid, agile implementation and getting the best out of it. That's number 3.